Welcome to Makaru TV 314. Uncle Jasanel family, this is your brother Bianchi Batamatu Neferamon Ra. Makaru is a phrase meaning true of voice in ancient Kemet. The acclaim was given to him or her who was right. Here on Makaru TV 314, that's what we stand for and believe. And as such, we will be bringing the truth of ancient Kemet and ancient Africa to the people. Makaru TV 314 is where the truth lives. We will explore the true history, spirituality, and culture of ancient Africa, particularly that of ancient Kemet. We look forward to you joining us as we edify the people. Hotel.
Uncle Jasanel family, I'm Queen Mother Initare Auset Akua KitiHeru with the Temple of Kheper, where our founder and master, Honorable Baba Saba Amari Sneferu, is founder. Tonight we have an excellent show on Voices of Maat. I'm really excited. But before we get started, family, I want to make a correction from our last show that we had where King Naswt interviewed the Queen Mother. And I made a big mistake on somebody's name. I butchered his name. And so tonight I want to make a correction. He asked me what my Kemetic name meant. I explained my Kemetic and Ghanaian name that was put together. And the individual who gave me my Ghanaian name is Nana Kofi. That name is Nana Kofi. Elder, I am so sorry for butchering your name. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. Ashe. And family, when we say Ashe, we just simply mean that we are on the same accord and that we agree. And as always, we have to do our chant. We have a chant, it's a Hesi. And I'll do it in meta netter, and then I'll turn around and translate that into English. Pa netter ampu pa ma'at, akwais jejeb, ak jasaneb. Ubenefa akar pa inbu haru ma'at. In English, that translates to how sweet is the truth, life, power, stability, life, prosperity, and health, rising always in divine ma'at, every day, all day. Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe. Wow.
Now,
Beautiful.
the Voices of Maat. Tonight's show, family, is so exciting. I got all my beautiful, gorgeous Kemetic Queen sisters with me. Yay!
Yay.
And tonight, the show is called Kemetic Queens Speak. Ashe?
Ashe.
And we are going to be discussing the differences in dating a Kemetic African conscious king or dating another brother in another religion such as Christianity, Nation of Islam, NOI, Moor Science Temple brother, Hebrew Israelite brother, or even the atheist brother. Ashe?
Ashe.
Now, before we begin, as you see, I have some beautiful queens. Ashe, and I'm going to allow them each to introduce themselves to the audience and then tell us what their Kemetic name means. So we'll start with, we'll start to the left and work our way over to the right, if that makes sense.
Who's first on the left?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Queen. Introduce yourself, give us your Kemetic name, and tell us what it means. Yes, you.
Okay. Tabia. It means one who is most talented. And I actually received that on, I don't remember which mountain that I was on. This was in 2008, where a spiritual leader, Dr. Ray Hagins, gave me that particular first part of my name, and it means one who is most talented. So my born name, or the name given to me at birth, is Shelley Miller, but Tabia means one who is most talented.
Okay, now our Baba Saber gave you a name as well. Can you tell us about that name?
Yeah, can you come back to me?
Sure. Okay. Okay, next on the list. Whoever wants to go next.
I'll
I'll
go.
go.
Uncle Johnson family.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Desiree.
am Desiree Ini Kutoa, and my name means the sanctity of giving.
Sanctity of giving.
The sanctity of giving, I say.
I love it.
Go ahead.
Well, peace,
Okay.
y'all.
So
I
next.
am Sha'i Nebhead. Y'all can just, okay, let me tell y'all my full name. So I am Goddess Queen Mother Jamila Saniq Sha'i Nebhead Baru Valentine. And it's a whole lot what that means. Let me see. I have to get y'all that another time. But Baru is a family name that me and my father took on, and it means the soul of nature. At the naming ceremony back in, we got our names together. I want to say that was 2015. So that's me. And y'all looking beautiful. Hey.
Do I? So do you. So do you. Okay, who's next?
I'll go next. It's like every time I say that, somebody else will speak up. My
all
name
good.
is Kama Reed, and that means nurturer of love.
Ashe.
Okay.
Last but definitely not least.
I am Ma'atama, and that means I embody the spirit of Maat, which is the goddess of justice, harmony, balance, reciprocity, and what else is it? Truth.
Ashe.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as the only queen mother of the Temple of Kheper, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our questions. And so number one for everybody, here's how we're going to do it. I'll just go ahead and call your name and you can go ahead and answer so we won't be on top of each other. Ashe?
Ashe.
But the question is for these questions that I will give you will be for the full panel. So the first question is, do you prefer to date a Kemetic conscious king? And if so, tell me why or why not. So if your answer is yes, tell me why, or even if it's no, still tell me why. And I'm gonna start with Kamari.
Okay, I would say yes, because it would be important to me for us to be on the same page with our value system and our belief system and how we worship together as a couple and uniting as one. So that would be very important. So yes, I would prefer to date a Kemetic conscious brother. So it would be my preference, yes.
Okay. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, next, that same question is gonna go to Sha'i.
I would say yes, I prefer to date a conscious man because I want somebody that's like-minded and that gets it, and I don't want to have to teach you what I'm into and bring you up to my level. I need somebody I can build with, and we need to be on the same level of understanding with some things, especially, I want somebody that's to really be able to understand me and just get it. So having that common interest is definitely important, especially like I want to go out and enjoy cultural events. And so I need that compatibility, that bond right there with my king.
Okay, now Sha'i, let me go a little further with you because you said something that stood out to me. You said that gets it. Can you give us a little bit more depth information on when you say you want someone who gets it? As far as what? Get it. What does that gets it mean?
So what I mean is somebody that is awakened, that's woke to the world arena in which we live, our spiritual duality reality, that understand that we are a spirit having a human experience right now. That's what I need him to get. Like, I need you to understand that. Something else that he needs to get. I'm gonna show you 1 second.
Ashe.
Okay. So something else you need to get is this, right?
Oh, okay.
My ankh, right? So you might see me with my ankh earrings, and I need you to already know what it is. Not talking about, oh, what's that? Like, you need to have some ideally. I mean, that's my preference. I will teach or whatever, but we're talking about my ideal king. Yes, conscious, and he gets it. Okay.
Ashe. What about you, Queen Tabia? What do you prefer?
I honestly am an intimate person. I'm an affectionate person. And what I'm finding is that knowledge doesn't bring affection. Knowledge doesn't bring comfort. Even though my king or Kemetic brother may be deep in all the right words, he may be deep in all the right, he know what an ankh mean. He could tell me he could speak all that, what you just spoke, all that good stuff that I had to write down, that he could do all that. But I still don't feel connected with him. So he may have the ashe, the power, he got the look, he wears the dashiki. He gets that. He may not say Jesus. He know all that is so much, but we still have a disconnect. We still, as my Black king and me supposedly as his queen, there's still a disconnect. So the knowledge with the words and us going to the events and we there and we're marching and we're doing all this, that's great. But behind closed doors, where's our connection? Where's that Black love that's needed if we say no words? If we say no, that's what
the nonverbal.
That's what I'm missing. So the brother could be as powerful as he is, but I want to know where those are. So they know all the right words, they had all the events, they had all that, but they still seem to be lacking. I think we've gotten so into the strength of it that the softness that the black women and Black men who are conscious are supposed to have together. We've lost it somewhere along the way. We just conscious, power. But where is the love?
Where's the love?
So that's what I desire.
Okay, Queen Tabia. So I understand that, and I'm glad that you took that a little deeper, but I'm gonna re-ask you again on top of all that depthness that you gave us, and I think is very important. But again, so do I hear you saying that if the conscious brother, the conscious Kemetic brother has all that in a bag of chips, then you prefer to date a conscious guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Do I? Thank you. Okay, Queen Desiree.
Yes.
Do you prefer to date a Kemetic conscious king? And if so, tell us why or why not.
I do. And for the reasons that the beautiful queens have already provided to us, I think that they have said more than enough, especially Queen Tabia. I agree with her so much because many times we put on the garb, you know what I'm saying? We wear certain things, we put on our ankhs, put on our dashikis, but what is your heart? You know what I'm saying? So at this point in my development, that is my preference, but it is not necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. It's my preference, but it's not necessary.
Give me a little bit more in-depthness, Desiree, as you're taking your beautiful, healthy walk. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
And it was a big dog running around me, and I kept my composure too, y'all. I didn't even try to scream.
That's right. You got my attitude, so you gonna be all right.
No, I say that because it's important for my king to have knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of who he is, knowledge of his people, our history, you know what I'm saying, where we are and where we've come from. However, like Queen said, sometimes we get caught up in knowing with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? We can quote Bible scriptures, we can quote Torah, we can quote the Metaneta, but where is your heart? Where is your spirit in all of this? How are you living? Your real religion, I don't care what you call yourself, your real religion is what you do.
Right.
So that's what I want. That's what I want to see. What do you do? How you living really beyond what we show in the world? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I stand.
Right, right. So you're saying that instead of just saying Ma'at, you have to live Ma'at. You have to have balance and harmony and truth and order and reciprocity.
And I don't care what you call yourself, you have to have that. Fundamentally, you have to have those things. I don't care what you wrap it up and call it, package it up and call it. I don't really care. But those are the things that I'm looking for.
Exactly.
Didn't I tell y'all this was gonna be an awesome show?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. We got one last queen to come on in and tell us. Come on, sis.
Well, I think we all would prefer to have a Kemetic king, being as we are Kemetic queens, but we are all open to whatever a good man that's out there, no matter what he believes or thinks, as long as he's living right, doing the positive work, supporting us, loving us,
protecting us.
Yeah, definitely protecting us and providing for us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. I say. So before I go to the next question, do you all want to add anything? I think it's interesting that we all kind of agree to a certain extent, but I think that heart is fundamental.
Yeah,
I agree that if your heart, because if you have a good heart, then that means that you encompass character.
Yes.
Character.
Yes.
And nobody could be a better king or a better queen without that positive character in your heart.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because what you have on the inside will reflect outwardly. Ashe?
And you know, there's a quote, I forgot who where it originated from. It said people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so, you know, all that, you could be deep all day, my brother or my sister, but if how you relate to me or what you're doing is just not, because at 50 years old, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. I don't want no illiterate brother. But if I had to take, if I had to take a brother who, when I come home, has bath water ready, just simply adore me, and he said, "Now, babe, what this say right here on this paper?" I had to read it for him. I mean, I may be a little, maybe I go ahead and read it for him. Say, "You so sweet to me," versus a brother who got 7 PhDs and don't pay me no bit of attention to save my life. I'm 50, so all that extra stuff, it's about I may get hurt and need somebody to wipe my butt. So are you down enough that if I need for you to brush my teeth, I need for you to wash my feet, I need for you to be that person in case I can't walk on my own anymore? That's who I desire. You see what I'm saying? So all that deepness ain't gonna matter in that part, is it? So, heart, you're right. That's what heart, it's all about, the heart.
Yes, yes.
Excellent. Okay, so the second question is, has being a Kemetic queen caused you to not begin or end a relationship with someone that you were attracted to or even fell in love with? Let me say it again, because some of the looks are kind of puzzling, so let me break it down. Has being a Kemetic queen caused you to not begin, like not even go there, not even open up the relationship, or end a relationship with someone that you were either attracted to or that eventually you fell in love with?
I'll go ahead on that one.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Queen.
So being Kemetic, I really embrace that concept of I am Goddess Shai. And so if Shai needs to get herself together because I need to lighten my heart or empty my heart, then I'm no good. So because I'm aware of that, like if I might have been going through some things, then I'm in awareness of my mind, body, and spirit. And it's like, you know what? I'm feeling you, but this ain't a good time. So there's that awareness with being a Kemetic queen. But also, I do feel like the queen can have what she wants. So if I do want to date you, then I'll date you, regardless of, whatever. So it's really both ways for me with that.
Okay. All right.
May I share?
Go right ahead.
I don't remember a time where I personally broke it off with someone because there was a difference in our, belief system. But I do want to share a story about how someone pretty much broke it off with me. I had just met this guy.
What? Wait a minute. What?
What? Imagine that.
Foolish.
How dare you?
Just foolish.
I know.
Foolishness.
I actually just met the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
We were just in the process of getting to know one another. And it happened to be around the so-called holidays. And I was talking to him on the phone, and I told him that I just came from shopping. And I was doing some household shopping, and he asked me, if my shopping was for Christmas. And I had to let him know, nah, brother, that's not something that I do. I'm not into that. And he lost it. What you mean you don't celebrate Christmas? Like, how we gonna be together and you don't celebrate Christmas? I mean, that don't make no sense. I'll be buying gifts and my family be opening gifts and you'll be over there looking crazy. He just, how can I say this? He created a negative scenario in his own mind without even allowing me to explain why I didn't. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't open to hearing anything I had to say. And that was the last time I talked to him.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, he was.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we ain't gonna be for everybody.
So we never had an opportunity to even dialogue about it. He wasn't open to learning or hearing. He just had his position and he stood on that and was like, no, ma'am, no, thank you. And that was his right. You know what I'm saying? That was his right. You have a choice. Just like the queen said, the queen can have what she wants to have, just like the king can have what he wants to have. That's okay. It's all right.
That was just stupid. That was a person that had nothing to do with Christmas or Thanksgiving or anything. That was an individual who unequivocally is not a person who's open to receiving, who's open to listening or even relating to someone. That would you just shut down after that. Oh, you're stuck on plain stupid. That's just
Yeah, I agree.
I think the brother did himself a favor is what I think.
Okay, yes, I agree with that.
But I had never experienced anything like that before that time, and I don't think even after that time, it's just something that stuck with me, and it's something that I remember, vividly to this day.
So that
people have their belief systems and they're strong. So we have to be careful. I learned we have to be careful in how we share what it is. We know everybody ain't ready. You know what I'm saying?
But I think actually, Queen Desiree, I think it was better for you to go ahead and be as honest as you was up front. Because what if you would have held on to that for maybe about 3 or 4 months, and then you really would have found out that, wow, I have wasted my time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Right. So I think there's a balance that we have to look for, especially when first meeting somebody, finding that balance about, what to share and when to share and how to share it. You know what I'm saying?
But that person, you didn't say that you wouldn't be willing. He never gave you an opportunity to say, listen, I'm not going to be sitting over in the corner looking crazy at nobody's event. He never gave you the opportunity to say, I don't personally do that. However, if you're someone that I begin to love and share moments with, I don't mind going to your family house with you, and you see what I'm saying, and watching you guys do that. I'll enjoy that moment because it's something you enjoy. But he's so stuck on stupid, he didn't even give her an opportunity to show that particular side of herself. He didn't even give her a chance to display that or to explain that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's my
that's
story.
just crazy.
Yeah.
I have a story I'd like to share if I may go next, please.
Go right ahead. Go right
I
ahead.
have two, and I'm gonna make them both very brief. And you're familiar with one of them, Sister Initare. Remember Byron?
Absolutely.
My friend Byron. Okay, well, this is a guy that I dated. He was a little younger than me, but we reconnected, and we were having a wonderful time, and I really liked him. I just was like, really liked him. And he was a stumped down Christian, and he came to the African Village with me a couple of Wednesdays, and everything that was pro-Black, he was for, but when he found out I didn't believe in Jesus, then that was a wrap for him. And he was afraid not to. He was open to the idea of the Afrocentrism of it all, but he was afraid to let go, because his words actually said to me, what if you're wrong? He was afraid of that. He felt like if he didn't believe in Jesus, he was going to be, go to damnation. So, he kind of stopped seeing me. He kind of stopped seeing me because he just could not, and then I started getting turned off too a little bit because he was so into it, and so we just stopped seeing each other. Another time, real quick, I met a guy, we talked and we met. We had a wonderful time.
Take your time. Take your time. You don't have to be real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we met and we went over to his house, and we had played dominoes with him and his sons. His wife had died. This was a few years ago, and this was in my beginning when I first was becoming conscious. And he said to me, Jesus sent you to me. I really like you, and Jesus sent you to me. And I say, whoa. And so I say, no, I know Jesus didn't send me. So I slowly started letting the brother know, because I really like this guy, and he really likes me. And he is like, hey, Dad, she's cool. We like her, and we talked on the phone for a long time before we even met. And I just liked him, and he was a great dad. I liked everything about him. And when I started slowly letting him know I didn't believe in Jesus, he cut me off like a hot potato. He was like, no way, Jose.
Wow.
And he deal with me with not, believing in Jesus. So, yeah, I haven't stopped seeing anybody. I'm like Desiree, he stopped seeing me, and that holiday thing is a problem too. The holiday thing with me and Byron was a problem.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Yeah, I remember the brother. I remember the whole experience of a queen.
Yes. And he was tall and good looking too, wasn't he?
The brother was fine. and I
understood enough for me to stop believing in Jesus.
Listen, I understood why you held on a little longer.
You wasn't that bad for me to start believing in Jesus, though.
He wasn't fine enough for you to catch the Holy Ghost, huh?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That's hilarious.
I can't hardly do it. I can't hardly do it. Did you want to go next, beautiful? Because I got one. Martina, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go.
You want me to reread the question?
I think we're off the, I mean, we get the question, but the
Go
thing,
ahead. Go ahead, Queen.
the question is true for me because I have the same response that Desiree and Kamari's their men had with them, because I do not want anyone talking Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I don't want anyone talking any type of religion to me, and that is a complete turnoff if they come up to me and say, you know, say something religious. I immediately just like shut them down. I don't want nothing to do with
So let me ask you a question, sis. So what if this is, I mean, what if he is just what if he is just gorgeous? Listen to me. Listen to me first. Listen to me. Let just picture this. The brother comes up to you. The brother got all the qualities, all of them.
External.
that you, I mean, that is pleasing to your eye, right? Because you don't really know him yet. So you like, wow, where has he been all my life? Right? Right. And so you introduce, you know, you all talk for a bit, and you're saying, and as soon as the brother says that his life is drifted in Jesus, you gotta go.
Yes. Yes, like Kamari said, nobody is fine for you to switching off into Christianity for. And as a matter of fact, I was at the store yesterday, and I was going to my car, and I had stopped. It was something on my car, and I was scraping it off. And this woman came up, was passing me, and she said hi, and I said hi, and she said, "Do you know Jesus?"
She said, "What?
Do you know Jesus?"
You better say yeah, or she gonna fix it.
And you know, right, I was like, you know what, I could say yeah and have her go on about the business. And I was like, the person who never existed, is that who you And I was like, yeah. I said, if you bother learning your own history, you would know that they stole that from the ancient Egyptians, your ancestors. And she kept walking, and she came back. She said, well, what do you believe in? I said, myself.
Yes.
That's who I believe in.
Yes.
The church, let the church say, "Hey, woman."
Hey, woman.
Hey, woman.
Hey, woman.
Let the church say, "Hey, woman."
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Queen Tabby.
I like how you handled that, Queen. I like how you handled that. That was beautiful. But see me,
Well,
I ain't got the time or energy to be out here debating and arguing with nobody.
I probably would have said, I don't know what I would have said. I would have said what you said. I know I would have said something crazy, but I probably would have said, "Oh, okay." I don't know what I would have said. But if y'all remember
all right, Queens, let's get back on the topic.
okay.
Queen.
If you remember my megabus accident, 2012, quiet as kept, I had met someone on Black People Meet, because honestly, I had given up on meeting people in St. Louis. Okay, I can't stand St. Louis choices. So I had just given up. So I ended up getting on Black People Meet and met this brother out of Chicago. And when I tell you he was Jesus everything, if you say, well, what you wearing today to work? Oh, Jesus blue jacket, Jesus green socks, Jesus nice. I mean, I got some Jesus Hanes drawers. I mean, he was so heavily bound. He was so everything he said, and it was working my nerves. So I was shocked that I would continue to was talking to him. So
yes, girl.
But when he wasn't saying it, he was pretty cool. And like you say, he was kind of cute or whatever. So that weekend, when I was in the megabus accident, I was super bored. And so he was like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "I don't know." That's why I ended up getting on that megabus. I saw advertising for the really cheap. You know, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna give me a book, and I'm gonna come up to see you." So I got up to see him. I knew that when I got there, it had nothing to do with how he looked. I knew I was never, ever coming back. First of all, the megabus trip even before the accident was terrible. I would never do anything like that again. It was so disorganized and so crazy to me. And then when I got there, it was like, whoa, this vibe between us ain't. I'm still waiting for him to call to say, sister, I'm glad you're still alive. Where's Jesus self? I left him a voicemail message and told him that I was on that accident when he just dropped me off an hour ago. He said, call me when you make it home. I called the brother from Springfield Memorial Hospital where I was flown to in the helicopter. Okay, let him know that I ended up, on there and was at Springfield Memorial for 5 days. I'm still waiting for him to call with his Jesus self to say, sister, I'm glad you still alive. Okay, you see, but see, I'm somebody he can see. I'm a human, and you didn't care enough about me, but I bet you care about that entity that you'll never be able to feel or touch. See, that's what gets me. I'm actually okay if that's what you on, and that makes you a better person. I'm trying not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what I try not to do. So if that would make you a better person, and that's all you got to hold on to, I'm cool. Long as you don't, invade it on me. But then when you do something like that, you know what I mean?
So
This person called you. I could have died. I was sitting right behind the person who died, and you still ain't called me. So what are you mad about? I know you weren't mad about not getting no butt, because you feel. I know you gonna do that when you get married, right, Mr. Jesus? So I know you're not mad about not getting no butt, because we discussed that. So what would make you treat a person like that?
That heart. That's the conversation about the heart again.
The heart. There you go.
And character.
Yes, the heart and character. Yes.
Exactly. So I'm
character flaw.
There you go. So I mean, if you full of Jesus and you allow me to be who I am, and I'll even go to your church with you sometime. If you're willing to go to wherever you know me.
You go. Hold on. You'll go to the church with him?
I go. Now you ain't gonna get me there. Now come on. Now you not finna get me there. No. Every now and then I'll go with you to support you if I care about you in that way. Long as not.
You'll go on Easter Sunday with him.
Well, you can pick which
Easter
day.
Sunday.
You can pick which day you want me to go with you. Go ahead and pick it, okay? But I'm gonna be open to receiving what you're talking about, and then I say, be open to receiving what I'm talking about too. But you see, when you get into that, it really is a problem. That's why we would rather be with someone who understands that, because it really is tiring. It really is draining when you have to constantly kind of go back and forth with that. So it usually don't work. Sometimes it's a rarity that those relationships work, because they do sometimes, but most of the time they don't.
Yeah, they do. They can work.
When someone is compromising. They work because someone is willing to compromise their happiness and their peace. Because when you're not getting fed or getting your spirit fed what you really want, you're not happy. But sometimes it works because somebody is compromising it. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well,
it's
go ahead.
Yeah, that part definitely. Like when you talk about, meeting your needs, like, you want somebody to be, conscious, but they also, it's their heart too. Like you can't have one without the other. I'm not necessarily, you gonna say hi?
A special guest.
Right. I'm not necessarily like opposed to it, because there are, my mother is Christian and my dad is conscious, and they've been married longer than they were married when they had me. So I've seen that, but like you say, it is that compromise, and it's, we have other things than what we believe in our beliefs. It's, how you treat me. Are you true to your word? I'm not opposed to it, but it's got to be some other things too.
When the fundamentals are there, anything is possible. Anything can be worked out when the fundamentals are there. But when the fundamentals are not there, it really doesn't matter. It could be religion, it could be money, it could be how to raise the children. It could be so many other things that will topple the relationship. And that's why those fundamentals are so important. Everything else will fall into place if we have the basics, just the basics together. I believe that.
That's true.
And so we have come to our last segment of the show, which I think we've already kind of had an open share. But I called this segment Open Share. And if you have any more personal experiences or just maybe examples that you know of some other situations that you want to share as far as relationships, feel free to do so, Queens. But I think this has been a very excellent show. And I want to say dua to all of you all for coming on and gracing us with your beautiful faces and your experiences. I'm so excited. And now we have a special guest, Princess Zuri, as well. So she will be well on her way. Ashe.
Well, do honor you, Sister Initare, for bringing the sisters together and wanting us to share our opinion. So I appreciate that in you as well. So dua to you.
Ashe.
Dua. And so, Queens, before we leave, does anybody have anything extra to add? I think we got a lot. You know, we talked about a lot, and we opened some dialogue, and we're probably going to have a part 2, and the Queens are going to come on more. So you guys will grace the voices of my aunt on several occasions. Ashe?
Ashe.
So, Queen Tabia, do you have anything to add about relationships? I know we kind of focused on Christianity. Does anybody have anything to share pertaining to maybe another brother from another faith? I know we talked about Christianity, but you know, we have Hebrew Israelites are pretty popular in St. Louis. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced dating a Hebrew Israelite. I have not. But has anybody on the panel ever experienced dating maybe a Muslim guy, NOI guy? Anybody have any type of experiences with brothers of the Nation of Islam that they, okay, come on, Queen, come on, come on, do this open
Again, to be honest with you, the brothers are the brothers. You know what I'm saying? It really does not matter.
Did you say the brothers or the brothers or the brothers?
Yes, you did.
Or the brothers, yeah. When you get finished talking, at the end of the day, the brothers are the brothers. You know what I'm saying? They really are.
Tell us, sis.
I mean, you know, my son's father was a lifelong member of the Nation of Islam. You know, bow tie, FOI, you know what I'm saying? Selling papers and everything else. However, you know, he made his transition last year, so I will not speak negatively of the brother at all.
He's a fine brother, yes.
However, the brothers are the brothers are the brothers.
Okay, let me ask you.
And that's all I have to say. Again, that conversation goes back to the heart.
Right.
Because, you know, my ex-husband was conscious. You know what I'm saying? But that heart, you know what I'm saying? That is big. That is huge. I was at a seminar, and a question was asked from a single sister in the group. How do you find a good man? Where are the good men at? You know?
All black people meet.
No, the response was, and it stuck with me. The response was, you don't find a brother with your eyes. A good man, you don't really find him with your eyes. You find him with your heart. You choose a man that speaks to your heart. You know what I'm saying? And that is deep to me. That was deep and that was profound because, you know, we're out here, we see the brothers with these beautiful beards, these beautiful locks, these beautiful shiny ankhs, or the bow ties. You know what I'm saying? They fine too, looking good, beautiful white smiles. But what about their heart? Let me get to know your heart. And right. that's what I'm trying to find right now. A good heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I dated a Hebrew brokerlite. I dated a couple of Hebrew brokerlites.
We weren't gonna do that.
You know what?
But hey,
A brother is a brother
Is
is
a
a brother.
brother. They
So, Queen Shai, did you want to go ahead, and you said you wanted to talk about some things as to what it's like to be with a conscious man. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and give you that opportunity to do that. Ashe?
Ashe, thank you. Well, do I? Okay, so before I get into that, right, I've dated a guy. I'm gonna say the last guy that I dated that was of a different background. He said he was Hebrew, but he was like he was just getting into it, and it just kind of seemed like he just really didn't even know what it meant to be Hebrew. I was like, oh, like around December, I'm like, are you celebrating Hanukkah? And he was like, you know what? I'm supposed to, but it's just like with that guy not just being from a different like religious background, like it's like he didn't even know, like he couldn't even justify like why is he subscribing to this label. And for me, like, hey, you do what works for you, but make it make sense and be able to, you know, let me know what it is you do. Talking about, I think I celebrate Hanukkah. I'm like, well, because Kwanzaa, baby, Kwanzaa is from this day to this day, and we get, you know, like I'm able to share what I practice. So hey, I guess that's anyway. So y'all let me know, because you know I'm in my 30s, and when I'm talking to these conscious brothers, they trying to really like impress me or go into teacher mode. And it's like, look, I was at the lecture too. Like, I went to the lecture. I don't need to be lectured by you. And they just can't stop talking.
Yeah.
I mean, who said yes?
We don't have any advice for you there, Queen.
I mean, it ain't no advice, but I'm just saying, like, that's one thing I noticed. That's like what it's like being with a conscious man. They want us to respect, you know, I'm king, I'm God, and I find myself being like, okay, and the goddess is here in the flesh. You know, my womb is the portal to heaven. Like, okay, I'm correct. But sometimes, you know, they don't want to, sometimes they can be, I feel like some conscious men, they still kind of struggle with, I feel like they struggle because they might not have grown up conscious, or being conscious is something new to them. And so they still working on themselves, right? But like sometimes they may act like someone from a man of Western culture, even though they have the know, but they want to be dominant. But it's like, you know, you can't be the king without your queen. So that's where we complimenting each other at. And, you know, really, they kind of struggle with a strong, dominant woman. So, I mean,
I think you said the right thing when you said struggling with knowing thyself, because you can have a certain amount of knowledge and information and be educated in a religion or a subject or spirituality. But if you don't know yourself and know who you are as a person, it means nothing. And so sometimes men get information, but they still haven't taken the time, and men and women, we haven't taken the time to know who we are as individuals, you know, spending time by yourself, getting to listen to yourself, listen to your spirit. So it could come from that, you know, just a lack of self-knowledge.
So let me ask this question. So Shai, when you say dominant, do you mean like in a male ego type of dominance, or like a male chauvinistic way? Can you give me
both of them? So I'm gonna say both of them, I guess, because I've dated like different types of men. Can y'all hear me over her singing?
Yes, ma'am.
Go right ahead. Yes, we hear you.
Okay, because it's kind of hard for me to hear. But yeah, submission is what I'm talking about. Because there's always like like they looking at a woman like, okay, you're the woman, you're supposed to submit. And they all caught up on the, provide and protect role, but the queen got other needs besides that. And I mean, really, we hold it down as a queen should. And so, I think conscious men kind of, they have that ego. So they feel like, oh, I'm conscious. I'm better than average man. I'm the God, so-and-so, whatever, they call, his title.
Right. I got
you. But then there's also, I love you too, baby. There's also the ego with that too. And that's with any man.
Right. But you know what, I think as Kemetic Queens, it's important for us to understand that we got to bring that balance to that situation. So if you have a brother, if you have a king in your life and, you all have a relationship and you seem that sometimes he's a bit domineering or sometimes he let his male ego get away, you got to let him know, you got to kind of ease that balance in there. You understand what I'm saying? In the way that we do. Y'all know what we do when we do what we do, right? So that's how you got to get that balance in there. So, bring the brother back up and just, let him know it's like this. And sometimes I think it's better for us to do things than just speak it from our mouths. Y'all know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we can help the brother and we can show him instead of letting that come out of our mouths. Right, come on, Deborah, I see something in your head, let it out. I'm sorry, Matima, let it out. Go ahead, Queen.
I'm totally feeling Shai, what she was saying about the conscious Kemetic men. We do get lectured to a lot by, like we don't know.
But why does it, but come on, Queens, why does it have to be like a lecture?
Because it goes on and on and on.
Let me say,
shut up.
Let me play devil's advocate. Let me say this. Now listen. So when your king is teaching you something that you already know, right?
Right.
You might know it even better than him, right?
Right.
Right. So you agreeing, right? You're like, okay, King. All right. Got you. Right?
Yeah, for the first couple of times, but then,
So how do you handle it?
Well, I'm telling you.
So tell the sisters this list. How do we handle it?
You just better smile and listen, because you need to learn from the people who've been married 50 years. And those women will tell you half of the stuff that they're being told they already knew. They probably told him and he forgot that she told him first. But the people who have been married for 50 plus years.
Where are you? Where are you?
Huh?
We hear you, but we don't see your beautiful face.
Really? See it?
no, it's
Yeah,
like,
I don't really see you.
it's like a blur.
No, you're very dark.
You can keep
That's a
talking.
black square.
It's a blur.
Is it?
Nothing. I see a total black square.
That's strange. Go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, we gotta learn how to just say, oh man, because most men, you learn how to stroke their ego. Just bear it, just grin and bear it. I'm telling you, we will never be in long-term relationships or things if we constantly have to prove that we either know as much or more. I'm telling you, you just have to, you right, my king.
Video, Queen. Click your video, Queen. You see where it says video?
But what I do in all seriousness, Shai, is I just completely tune out. I don't even listen. He talks for hours and hours, and I'm just like I've zoned out. I'm onto something.
And every now and then you say, "Okay, baby."
And then something will come up later. I was telling you about that. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, I listen to And if it's something that, thank you. If it's something that you know, I can build on too, but you know, the king just got to be able to share the conversation, because they get so caught up in this knowledge.
You're back, Queen Tabia.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had some up with this my internet. But yeah, I listen to, and you know, I just want to be able to communicate too. Like, you know, that's different from a lecture. Like, let's build on it. Let's go deeper and have, you know, a deep conversation about this knowledge. But sometimes they just get so caught up, like, you know, because they so passionate about it.
Right.
It's like, okay, like Tabia was saying, like, where's that affection? Like, you know how to talk to me, like you're not talking to your guys. I'm not trying to debate with you, but you know, let's, you know, what
Right.
you really, you know, like, let's have a meaningful conversation.
Right. Have you all, let me ask you this, have you all ever tried, when that happens, have you all ever tried to have like a solution, say, you know, it's coming, and so what you do is maybe you should talk to the brother about love. Love is a big part of what we do in our Maatness, right? So maybe you all can come up and talk about some things about love and affection and kind of mix it up and balance it out, and then get the brother listening to you, so it could be a shared type of situation. Ashe?
Ashe.
You know, because we talk about Zola, which is love. We got to have that in whatever we do on a day-to-day basis. And so with that being said, I think next time y'all just get ready to shower that love on down, and then you guys will probably balance that conversation out. Right?
Yeah. Okay, let me interrupt your speech so I can.
No, not a speech. Not a speech. Remember, we working on solutions and suggestions. Because I know I'm trying to help you sisters to see that a lot of times it's about that balance. But go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening to you, sis.
Oh, good.
It's
Okay.
something.
So
I want to comment, if I may. A lot of times you meet brothers, they just stuck on being a king, you know, and I've had to tell brothers, you know, when you start showing me that you are a king, I could treat you as such, you know, because they just want to be like, yeah, I'm a king and this, that, and the other. But, you know, it goes back to the other things we said as far as your heart and your character. And the king is going to make you feel, a real king is going to make you feel that you are the queen. He's going to respect you. He's going to give you no space. He's going to let you know, hey, I need to hear from my queen, because I don't do nothing without touching base with her. And he's going to respect your opinion, and he's going to allow you to speak too. That's what a real king does. So that's where a lot of guys get it kind of twisted, like, oh, I want to be king. But a real king, he's going to know how to treat you, and he's going to know his place, and he's going to respect you as the queen and put you above it all. And that's what a real king does. And that's why I have a problem with men wanting to be kings. You're not ready. You're not showing me any type of king character and any of that. So that's a problem.
right. And with that being said, Queen Kamari, if you have a king or a brother that may be lacking, because we're gonna be flawed, we're human. So right. You know, none of us, we're never gonna be perfect. But I think with that being said, I think as queens, we can bring that balance in with that, and we can help the brother to get exactly where he needs to be. Ashe?
Ashe, if he's worthy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But no, that's what I'm saying though. Yeah. And I'm just saying that, you know, we have to be mindful that, okay, so the brother might have that little bitty issue, but if all the other issues outweigh that little issue, we're gonna work with the brother. Ashe?
By all means, absolutely.
Okay. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I want to say dua to all of you beautiful, Kemetic, gorgeous queens for sharing, coming out tonight and giving us your quality time. Hopefully we can do this very soon. I want to say dua to our honorable master Baba Saber Amari Sneferu, dua to Saber Pianki Patah Matulu, Nefer Aman Ra, I want to say dua to Queen Afua for her guidance, her wisdom, and her support. This happens to be our Baba Saber sister. Thank you, Queen. Love you for everything you do. Dua to Elder Rini Ankh. Dua to Queen Elder Regina Dennis Nana. Dua to my parents, Princella and Roy Small, for having me upon this existence of the universe. I want to say dua to Dr. Ricketti Amin for her wonderful teaching of the Metanetter, Dr. Ricketti Amin. And I want to say, family, stay Black-tastic, stay African, stay safe, stay in love with yourself and others.
Ashe.
Hotep, that means go in peace.
Hotep. All right, sisters. Love you all. Everybody.
Love you all.
Love you more.
Take care.
The voices of my aunt, and see you next time. Ashe.
Right. Do
That's where you got that part.
Yeah.